Antonio Brown, as expected, has fired back. We knew this was coming. This is Dr. David Chao, Pro Football Doc at Sports Injury Central, SICScore.com. Let's talk about fact or fiction in Antonio Brown's statement, and let's break it down one part at a time. The first paragraph is very good. It thanks the Bucs and his teammates, etc. Thumbs up, good on him. The second paragraph, acknowledging that he makes mistakes. Good. We're all human. We all make mistakes. But he doesn't shy away from playing hard. I have no reason to doubt that. Start of the third paragraph. Because of my commitment to the game, I relented to pressure directed from my coach to play injured. There's a lot of intrinsic pressure. In my experience in the NFL, it wasn't always the coach. It was intrinsic within players and from teammates. Look, I don't know what happened there, but Antonio Brown is a veteran and he speaks his own mind. I don't know that you can really pressure him to do anything. So I think that's a little bit spin. I'd say it's medium to down. I'm not fully buying that. He suited up, obviously of his own choice. He's a veteran, not a rookie. And by the way, he has a guaranteed contract. So it's not like he can lose money. Yes, he might not make all the bonus money. The next sentence, the staff injected me with what I now know was a powerful and sometimes dangerous painkiller that the NFLPA has warned against using. That seems like agent speak. This is Toradol. It is a powerful anti-inflammatory that can help with pain, but there is no way Antonio Brown's ankle was injected with painkiller like lidocaine or Marcaine numbing medicine. If he was, I will go on record right now saying that is not correct by the Bucs medical staff. You don't inject a weight-bearing joint intra-articularly like that. This Toradol injection was likely in the glute or in the deltoid in the arm, a strong anti-inflammatory pain medicine. This seems to be spin to me, and no one forces you to take injections. That is against the rules. And yes, the NFLPA has warned against Toradol, not trying to use it all the time, etc. But this seems to be not completely forthcoming on his part. He was in extreme pain. Look, I'm sure he was in pain. I don't know what kind of pain. Certainly he wasn't 100%. He took a seat and the coach walked up very upset and shouted, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" I told him it's my ankle, but he knew it. Look, communication on the sideline, as we talked on the Monday video, is very quick and brief. It's very hectic. Head coach rarely takes the time. Look, even though I was giving a lot of the medical information reports, I usually never talked to the head coach. It went through the head athletic trainer, went through an assistant coach, etc. Even if I was standing next to the head coach, that's just the communication pattern. So the fact that Arians talked to Brown directly about it during the game and took his attention off already indicated there was some ongoing friction. Of course, Bruce Arians knew about the ankle injury. It was on the injury report. Did he know this is why Antonio Brown wasn't going back into the game is the question. Brown says, "Coach, I can't." And then Brown says, Arians said, "You're done." And apparently a throat slashing motion. Now, that's not good coming from a coach. If you're a player and you do that, you're fined. It's a penalty on the field. You're done. Does that mean he's cut? You're done for the day? Was it said in anger? Obviously, the situation escalated. Brown's next statement, "I didn't quit. I was cut." Well, depends on the interpretation of "you're done." We talked about in Monday's video. You can't cut someone on the sideline. You need the GM involved to cut somebody. I've never heard of someone cut on the sideline. Yet, Bruce Arians did open up the press conference with saying Antonio Brown is no longer a part of this team, kind of implying he was cut. He says he didn't walk away from his brothers. That then came the Bucs spin. Yes, it's become a he said, she said. But in general, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. Look, losing the Jets being frustrating. Yes, I'm sure it's frustrating for everyone. Emotions run high. But Antonio Brown is indicating that there was a trigger to his reaction. And I get that, and that's what we talked about Monday. It takes two to tango. There probably was a trigger. Was his reaction justified? It was certainly over the top, but there likely was a trigger. He said that he walked off the field. Well, no, you pranced, did jumping jacks, whatever. But he is correct that what he did leaving the field is different, a major difference between, quote, launching from the line and taking hits, planting, cutting hard, no question. And I backed him up that his ankle did not seem to be 100%. But that's not to say that he shouldn't have been out there or couldn't have been. That is a judgment call between a player, physician on the sideline. Then comes the cage me comments, and I'll let that go. And as frustration, I get why he's saying there's spin there. I think there's spin on both sides. If Coach Arian says that he wasn't already somewhat angry at Antonio Brown for the COVID vaccination cards, and we talked about it, if Mike Evans was fully healthy and Chris Godwin didn't tear his ACL, Antonio Brown may not be on the team. They might have been cut after the COVID incident, but since he was, they got good use out of him the week before, and he did play some. The second opinion, now let's get to that. He apparently saw someone at a respectable hospital and had a, quote, urgent MRI. Yeah, there's no such thing as an urgent MRI. I mean, they did him a favor and solid and squeezed him in, but there's no such thing as an urgent MRI for this. It shows broken bone fragments stuck in my ankle. Well, I don't know if they're free-floating loose bodies or they're avulsion fragments that are stuck around the ankle. The ligament torn from the bone, yes, a significant ankle sprain can tear ligament from the bone. That is true, and we've been saying all along, his prolonged return from his ankle injury was indicating a significant ankle sprain. Cartilage loss, that's more chronic. All this beyond painful. Look, it's a game of football. I can't say pain. So there is some truth to his description here, I think, but I think it's somewhat, exaggerated or embellished a little bit to make it look good. The bulging outside the ankle that you see, that may just be some swelling. I don't doubt that he has the swelling. Look, he's going to have surgery, he says, and no one can stop him. Surgery is something that can't be forced on a player and cannot be prevented from a player. Ask the New York Jets and Kelechi Osemele and that situation recently. So no doubt that Brown will reinforce his position by having the surgery. Do I think the surgery is necessary? Maybe, to clean up some of the chips and some of the scarring, etc. But I don't find it possible that you could, if you had a loose chips in your ankle catching, that he could have done what he did on this past Sunday. So once again, the truth is somewhere in the middle. If indeed the Bucs ordered Brown to go to another doctor at the same hospital, you can't order somebody, and ordering him would imply that you're still on the team and not cut, and Bruce Arians indicated that Brown was no longer part of the team. The interesting part of this is it's not about salary. Because Antonio Brown is a vested veteran, he's going to get this entire year's salary, regardless. Heck, he's even going to get a playoff share, depending on how Tampa Bay does. Because he's been at over half the games, he's going to get a playoff share. If the Bucs go all the way to the Super Bowl, he'll get a ring and win the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl playoff share. That's the irony in all of this. So why are the Bucs not released him? I don't know. I mean, look, he's going to get paid his salary. Maybe they don't want him to sign with another team. Maybe it sounds like both sides are mad at each other. I hope this helps explain things. I'm not taking Antonio Brown's side. I've debunked some of the things. Yet I've supported Antonio in saying his ankle wasn't 100%. And the same with the Bucs side. The truth is somewhere in the middle. Look, I have 9-year-old boy-girl twins. When the girl complains that the boy hit him, and I ask him, and my son says he did, then I turn around to the girl and say, what'd you do to provoke him? Right? I mean, the truth is somewhere in the middle, and I think that's the outcome of all this. Too bad it has come to this. Obviously, the relationship has soured. I think each side is trying their spin on what's going on. But my summary is, It takes two to tango, and clearly the relationship is fractured. No, Bruce Arians shouldn't have throat slashed if he did or said you're cut. No, Antonio Brown shouldn't have stormed off the sideline. Maybe he should have gone to Tom and said, hey, what's up? Help me out here. There clearly was a breakdown in communication. There's some fault to both sides. But the bottom line is, I hope Antonio Brown actually can recover from this. He should be okay next season if someone wants to sign him after this fairly simple ankle scope operation that he has. Hope this helps explain some of the fact and fiction in the statement and what's going on. Thanks for watching Sports Injury Central, sicscore.com.